So I don't really know what I'm going to title this video yet, but, and if I'm being honest with you, I didn't really want to record it. You have no idea how much energy it took me to prop up this camera, press record, and get behind it. And normally I have a script, or not a script, but at least some bullet points, a title, and a list of things that I want to go down to make sure I cover. And with this video, I don't have it. So I wish I could tell you what you're going to learn from watching this video. And maybe by the end, I will have come up with a title that actually makes sense. And I'll be able to tell you what you might learn by watching this video. But as of right now, I have no idea. But a few weeks ago, or a week ago, before I moved down here, to lock in on my passion, lock in on my purpose, and try to give all my energy to my goals, I wrote down some non-negotiables. And one of those non-negotiables was to post 3 YouTube videos a week. I posted 2, and this is going to be the 3rd. I was supposed to post this video yesterday, trying to post on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I have not hit on the mark yet, or at least I didn't last week when I began. So in order for me to get back on track, I need to get this video posted today so I can be on track come Monday. But if I'm being honest with you, I feel super lethargic, super low energy. And in this video, I'm just going to be telling you how I'm feeling right now and how it relates to my work and how I plan to move forward and overcome it and actually get some production out of this. And I know exactly why I feel lethargic. I know exactly why. See, today is July 5th. Yesterday was July 4th, and I had a few drinks by the pool. I spent a lot of time out in the sun. Normally on a normal Friday, I'm just waking up, get my run in, go work out, get a lot of work done. Super productive day, but I didn't get much done yesterday. And the thing is, I knew that. I knew I wasn't going to get a lot of work done because I had this plan, so I knew it was coming. So I did kind of front load my week to make sure I got at least the most essential pieces of my work done to that move my business forward. And the things that I have to do, I got those done earlier in the week, but there were some things I didn't do yesterday that have slipped into today. And since I had drinks yesterday, I don't feel at my peak mental clarity, and that's all right. So the teaching moment that maybe is here, maybe it's not, but what I can learn from this is there's always going to be things on the table. There's always going to be events you can go to. There's always going to be opportunities to go out, have fun, and do some things. And when you have this big goal, this big vision on something you're trying to accomplish, some type of life you're trying to live, some type of physical goal, fitness goal you're trying to attack, I mean, there's going to be days where you want to actually do something that's not related. It's not even in alignment with that. Like for me, obviously, fitness is the number one thing I think about all day. I mean, how I can be in the best shape of my life, how I can improve myself on a daily basis, and what tools I can give my clients, give my team to grow into the best version of themselves. So I know exactly what helps me, what hurts me. And since I know that drinking alcohol does not help me, I know it's not in alignment. I know it's not in alignment with my vision and what I'm trying to accomplish when I'm doing these things. And I don't drink very often. Let me be very clear. Yesterday I drank for the first time in, I don't know, months. I can't remember the last time I drank. And the reason I don't drink is because after I drink, the day after it is shot. It's shot. My energy's low and I sleep like straight garbage. I do not sleep because I have to get up early no matter what. My body just naturally wakes up when the sun rises, and the longest I can sleep in is until the sun starts to peek through the blinds. And I'm not going to put blackout curtains and screw up my circadian rhythm and not let my body get the sunlight. But so stay out late, don't get good sleep, and metabolism shot. You start craving fatty foods. And last night, luckily, when I got back from the shenanigans, I didn't go, I almost went and got some fast food. I almost went and got some sloppy, greasy, salty, sugary, because that's what I wanted. Honestly, that's what I wanted. I was really craving it. And it's because I've been drinking. I've been getting that little dopamine hit, that instant gratification. I've been on this little high all day long. And I don't regret it. Like, I don't really regret this. I saw some people I hadn't saw in a long time and hung out with some people I hadn't hung out with in a long time. I had had a dang good time. Had a whole lot of fun. So I don't regret it, but I just want to be hyper aware of the consequences. And maybe you can take something out of this because, like I said, once again, there's going to be things you want to do that aren't going to be in alignment with your vision or with your goals. And now, if I were to be trying to be a professional athlete, if I were trying to be the best in the world at something, I'm not sure what a good example could be. If I was trying to be a professional, I guess sprinter or some type of athlete, like obviously going out and drinking and sacrificing one weekend could really, really hurt my progress. Like I wouldn't, if I had some goal on the board that I was trying to achieve, I wouldn't do anything that would keep me from achieving it. Right. But right now, at this point in my life, I have no race on the calendar. I have no high rocks. I have no marathon. I have no athletic event coming up. So I didn't mind cutting loose and having a good time. And I did have a good time. But the price you have to pay if you want to be great, if you want to be the best, is a different price. If you want to be the best, there is no going out. There is no drinking. There is none of that until after, maybe after you can celebrate. But when you're training for something, then you got to be 100% locked in. And even for entrepreneurship, like right now, my main goal is growing my business. And I know maybe there are some anomalies out there. Maybe there are some outliers that can go out. They can party every single weekend. They can party and drink, multiple times a week, and they can still, crush their goals, get their work done. Maybe they had the systems in place to kind of work on autopilot, but I don't have that. So a night out does hurt my progress, And if I want to have the best coaching group, the best coaching team, the best, fittest people, if I want to be the best leader for my team, maybe a night out won't hurt, It's just a one night, once a month, or whenever a special occasion comes around. But for me, I know what I'm doing, and I know what I'm going to feel like the next day after. And even though I enjoy the moment, and that's the hard part. That's the hard part because when you are ambitious, when you do have a goal, when you do have this this dream you're trying to bring into reality, you're always going to have this tug of war in your mind of the person you're trying to be that is achieving those goals in the future and the person you are now. And it's hard to intertwine, what you can take from the old you into the new you. I don't want to be one of these guys who never ever go out. I don't want to preach this no alcohol, no partying, no nothing fun. Everything is just workout, fitness, super clean, healthy food. Not like 29,000% of the time. Like I don't want to be one of those guys because I do believe there's more to life than being so disciplined that you think you can't do anything outside of the norm of whatever the goal you're trying to achieve is. And yesterday I did all that stuff, and the other non-negotiable I have is getting my long run in on Saturdays. And usually I run a 10 mile on Saturdays. And today, I don't want to call it punishment, but I got to 10. Well, let me go back to the start. I stared at my shoes when I got out of bed. I just stared at my shoes on the floor for probably 15, 20 minutes before I finally laced them up, put them on, and drove to the track because I really, really just did not want to get up. I did not want to go, and it was hot. So I did sleep in a little bit later. Normally I'm up by 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock. But since I wanted to try to get a little bit more sleep, I slept into like 6:30. Like 6:37. Yeah, like 6:30. So I knew the sun was gonna be up. So normally I'm running by 5:30 or 6, so the sun's not even like really beaming yet. But since I waited 6:30 and then didn't really even leave the house until like 7, by the time I was running, like the sun was so hot, and I just knew it was gonna be a hot, brutal run. And when I did finally get to the track, had my earbuds in, listening to Goggins, and just trying to suck some motivation out of his words. And I got a little bit of motivation, but Every step, awful, painful. Every mile I wanted to stop. I was negotiating with myself every step of the way. And there's a voice in my head saying, stop, man, you had some drinks yesterday. Like, you don't even have to run tomorrow. You could just not run today. You could run tomorrow instead. Like, why don't you do that? You'll feel better tomorrow. You can get better sleep tonight, and you'll wake up tomorrow and you'll feel better. And that was what the weak voice was saying. And the voice of me 2 years from now, the person I'm trying to bring into life right now, live in alignment with that version of me, is like, you can do that. Sure. You can wait till tomorrow. Absolutely. But you know what you told yourself you were going to do today. You know what you told yourself you were going to do today. And you told yourself you were going to run 10 miles. You told yourself, you wrote down what you were going to do. Now, this isn't the only thing you have written down. You have a lot of other goals written down, a lot of other non-negotiables written down. And if you choose to forego this non-negotiable, what other things on that list are no longer going to be important to you? And that was the battle I thought about when I was on that run, because I wanted to quit. Every mile, I thought about stopping right there because I was not running as fast as I could. I was breathing hard. It was like my lungs were hurting. I was tired. Like, even though I drank a Celsius to try to wake myself up, didn't do anything. Like, it just did not shake me back into action. I think I'm just been so sleep deprived that nothing could bring me out of that just exhaustion, and from being out in the sun for 6 hours yesterday in the pool. But see, I've been doing this for a long time as far as the running and training and just trying to improve myself. So I know what helps me. I know what I need to do to shake back. And I knew that if I were to stop on that run, if I were to quit right there, my mind was telling me that I didn't have to do it, that I could just do it tomorrow. And that voice was right. I could have done all those things, but I've been doing this long enough to know that if I would have quit right there, I would have felt like shit for the rest of the day. And anything else I had on the docket for the rest of the day would not have gotten accomplished, because I decided right there. And I let my weak inner voice win. And everything I thought was important, everything else I think that's important, is going to lose its value if I let this one thing slip up. If I choose to let the weak voice win right now, we'll lose the rest of the day. And when I wake up in the morning knowing that I lost yesterday, I'm going to be in this pissy pants mood because I know I did not live up to my potential. I know I gave into my weak voice yesterday, and it's going to make me more likely to fold today. Now, this is the thing that most people don't want to talk about, but these things add up. But on the flip side, you get this run in right now when slightly hungover, it's hot as shit, way hotter than it normally is, because usually you're out earlier. If you could do this run right here, right now, at one of the hottest parts of the day, and by the time I was done running, it was 90 something degree. It was hot as shit. If you can do this run right now, halfway hungover, hot as hell, dehydrated from alcohol, if you can do this run right now, on the weekend when you feel amazing, when you have slept well, when you are completely sober and you have fueled your body properly, imagine how you're going to feel then. Like, this bad day you're living right now is the perfect training ground for when you feel amazing. And there's a book called The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. And in a nutshell, this is kind of what the book's about. You see, a normal person, a person whose mind is wired for just failure and doesn't know how to see the opportunity in every situation, would say, yes, I do feel like garbage and this run is going to suck. But the minute I flipped inside of my mind that this is a perfect opportunity to prove to myself what I'm capable of, I started to get a little bit of motivation. But I was like, if I finish this run, I'm like halfway through at this point. I guess I was around mile 6. If I finish this run right now, feeling the way I feel, what else can I accomplish today? Because I don't feel like I'm doing anything. But if I can do this right here when I don't feel like it, recording this video, recording the short form content, doing all my client work, responding to all the emails, because I don't want to do any of that. But if I can muscle through this, I know I can muscle through the rest of it, because this is way harder than anything else I have on the docket for the rest of the day. So when a weaker person, a person who doesn't understand his mind yet, might have said, a lesser version of me, per se, maybe him, he would have given in, and he would not have seen this fantastic opportunity that we had to level up our mind. So Although today started off rough, wasn't on the best foot, wasn't very productive, wasn't feeling the best. By the time I finished that run, and by the way, I got to 10 miles and I felt myself celebrate because I had gotten done. And maybe this is a little psycho, but since I let myself be too happy for running that 10 miles and being too accomplished, and I had a reason to be, proud of myself because I didn't want to do it and I didn't. But since I did allow myself to negotiate and I almost didn't do it, I had to run an extra mile just to reaffirm that like I do shit that I don't want to do when I have to do it because it needs to be done and there's no negotiating. I did that extra mile to make a point to myself that not only can we do what we say we want to do or what we say we're going to do when we don't feel like it, we can even do more. We can do more than what we say we're going to do because this is who we are now. This is the person we are now. And when I finished that 11 miles, I had a really, really good feeling going through my veins. I was still tired. I was still exhausted. My eyes are still heavy. You could probably see the bags under my eyes now. Maybe not, but my skin's a little inflamed. I'm sunburnt as hell. Although all these things feel terrible right now, I knew I just did the hardest part of my day. The hardest part of my day is over. And I can go out, I can crush the rest of my day, whether I want to or not. Still don't feel like it, but I have the confidence now because I just proved to myself once again that I can do things when I don't feel like doing them. And this is the teaching moment that running gives you, or any difficult thing you're trying to do, any difficult task, any difficult activity you're trying to do. They are great teachers for resilience and what you can do when your back's against the wall, when you don't feel like it. Because if you never have nothing difficult, if everything you're doing is easy, you're not really going to learn much from it. But I don't like running. Running's very difficult for me. And if you were to look at my Instagram account, you might think that I enjoy running because you see a lot of stuff about running. You always see me running some morning miles. You might think, oh, this guy just loves running. But no, I hate running with a passion. And that's why I started running at the end of 2023, because I knew that my life was starting to get so comfortable that if I didn't orchestrate and volunteer for some discomfort, that I don't know. Well, honestly, I didn't know what was going to happen because I started to melt. I started to, I don't know, just lose drive to accomplish anything. Really, I felt super lost. And I still have my days where I feel lost. And if I'm being 100% honest with you, today was one of those days where I felt kind of lost. But I know why. It's because I did not live in alignment with my highest potential yesterday. Like I said, once again, had a great time. Don't regret it. And not saying that I'll never drink again. Not saying that I'll never go to a party or celebrate ever again. Not saying any of that. Enjoy my time. But I know what happens. I know what the consequences of that are. I know what happens when we do that thing. And me, when I have my runs, when I start my days with the most difficult part of my day, something that I don't want to do, I know that if I accomplish that, the rest of my day is easy because I did the hardest thing first thing in the morning. And running gives me that. For you, it could be martial arts, or it could be, I don't know, tending to your garden. But I think physical activities, you could be, I don't know, studying for some test. But I truly do think physical activities are necessary. Something, if you're completely new to fitness, go to the gym. That's probably the hardest part of your day. Going to the gym, getting the workout in. That may be the hardest part of your day. But for me, I love the gym. Working out is so easy. Like I'm music's in, I'm pumping, I'm looking at the veins popping out. Like I'm getting these dopamine hits throughout the entire workout. There's pretty people walking around me. Like I'm in this environment where everybody's trying to better themselves. Like that stuff is fun. But when you're lacing up the shoes and you hate running, and I'm a fairly heavy runner, and I don't train for it. Like I'm running marathons, so it's not like I get better, of course, but I'm not really ever fully. If I were to lose 30 pounds and maybe pull back a little bit more on my weight training, I could enjoy running more because it would be easier. I'd be a better runner, and we enjoy things that we're good at. If I were to get better at running, maybe I would enjoy running more, but I don't really have the desire to be a professional marathon runner. I think it's way more important to have more muscle on your body and be strong and capable than to be able to run for thousands of miles. I mean, that's just my opinion, though. Hopefully no runners attack me in this, but Running gives me an opportunity every single day to sharpen my mind, to sharpen my mentality, and remove the inner bitch. It's always going to be there. He's always in there talking to me, telling me it's okay. You can take a day off. You can take a rest. You can stop right here. You've done enough. You made enough progress, man. You deserve to celebrate. That voice is always in there. But the more I prove to myself every single day, the more I go out on these runs when I don't want to do it and I get it done. The more I do this, the further that little guy pushes down. The quieter his voice gets. And that's what I'm doing every single day. I'm trying to silence that quiet inner voice, so that weaker inner voice. And you don't silence it by letting them be right. You don't silence it by waking up when you feel like garbage and sitting around all day doing nothing and just completely marking off everything you had on the board for the day. That guy wins. And the more you let that guy win, the more confident he gets, the louder his voice gets, and the more often he's going to win. And you can't let that little weak voice win. Once he starts winning one time, he gets that confidence, he's going to be creeping up on you every single day. But the man, the OG voice, same thing goes for him. The more you listen to him, the one that's like, bro, you got this. I know you feel like garbage. I know you don't feel well, but you made a promise to yourself, and we got to keep this promise. The more you listen to this voice, the stronger you're going to get, because this is the voice that's going to take you to the next level. This is the voice that he's not saying be easy on yourself. He's telling you the truth. He's going to tell you the truth. And the truth is that when you're a man and when you have goals, when you are ambitious, the circumstances are not always going to be perfect. But if you do want to be somebody, you're going to have to do things you don't feel like doing. There's non-negotiables in place for a reason. And non-negotiable is exactly what it is. You're not allowed to negotiate with it. And a negotiation between this guy and this guy, if it's a non-negotiable, you might be able to hear this guy. You may hear him talk, but you cannot let him win. You don't have to put duct tape on his mouth because he's going to be there. He's going to be talking, but you cannot let him win. It's a non-negotiable. There's no like, oh, well, maybe I'll still do it. Like I'll still run my 10 miles, but I'll do it tomorrow, because even though you're still running those 10 miles, you negotiate it and you let the weak you win just a little bit. And you may see it as like, oh no, I mean, I'm still doing what I got to do. Like, no, you're not, bro. No, you're not. Because you told yourself you were going to do it on Saturday and you didn't do it. Not Sunday. You said you were going to do it on Saturday. You said you were going to write the book this year, not next year. You said you were going to study for the test tonight, not tomorrow morning. When that weak voice creeps up, whatever it takes, you got to smash him down quick. And he's going to keep trying to come back up. And that's okay. That's all right. But the more you just knock his head back down, the quieter he'll. Yeah, now, I don't want this video to extend too long. I rambled on about several different things, and I'm not sure what points you got out of it. I have no idea what I'm going to title it, but I appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully you keep coming back, because this is one of those things that this YouTube thing, talking on the camera, like, I'm not that good at it yet, and I'm getting better at it every single day. You know, when the camera goes away, I'm like, I can spit so clean, like I'm so good at talking. But when the camera's up, for some reason, I'm still not the best, man. But I want you guys to see this journey, because my focus right now is to become a better leader for my team, give my clients the best possible results, expand my business as large as possible, and help as many people as possible. You know, become the best version of themselves. You know, unlock their highest potential, to help them look in the mirror and fall in love with the image they see looking back at them. That is my goal. And the only way I'm able to grow my business and find more people that are trying to get on this path is to prop up the camera and talk to people. So if you're watching this, if you're trying to figure out what tools you need to put in place to really shed off the body fat and become the best version of you, and just look in the mirror and love what you see, man, and feel amazing. And it does have to take away from your life. This whole video, I'm pretty sure I've been very clear about, you don't have to cut out everything fun you love doing. You don't have to cut out everything that is negative. It's all about just understanding the consequences of those things and not letting them become a habit. But if you are somebody watching this video and you want to make a change, there's going to be a link in the description of this video where you can actually book a call with me one-on-one. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to meet you, hear about your situation, what your goals are, and I can give you a roadmap to tell you exactly how you'll get there. All the nutrition, the workout programs, the mindset tools you need to get to that next level in your life. and truly start to love the person you see in the mirror and feel the best you could possibly feel. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Let's go.